Early last year, we identified that we have a generation capacity need. And so what we did then was we issued a request for proposal and solicited bidders, and we received bids for projects that we could choose from. And then we selected the projects best for our customers and ultimately negotiated with those bidders to select those projects. It ended up with 3 projects that are located in or near our service territory. AEP's goals and SWEPCO's goals are to be carbon neutral by 2050. These projects help us to achieve that goal. The analysis at the same time showed that these were the lowest cost projects for customers. And of course, we have to meet a certain generation capacity requirement in order to serve our customers' load. We needed more generation. We issued the RFP and we got bids that came in for solar and wind as the lowest cost projects to help us meet that need. And these projects will also help us to achieve our 2050 net zero goal. We have a shortage of generation capacity, and we have to add new capacity in order to meet the minimum requirements. The reason we have a shortage and don't have enough is because we have retired older power plants, older units. Some are gas and some are lignite plants. And we have an upcoming retirement next year in 2023 when we retire the Perky unit. So that's the reason we have to add new capacity, is to replace older, aging power plants that we have to retire. Well, the deficit will be occurring in 2023 when we don't have enough generation to meet the load. And so we're beginning now, because we see that deficit about to occur. We're going to add new generation capacity, and then that deficit will grow to over 1,500 megawatts in the year 2028. This proposal that we have now, that we've asked our commissions to approve, will not bring on enough capacity to meet the deficit, and so we will have to add more capacity, which we will secure through another RFP and another process where we have a competitive bid and select those projects which are best for customers from a cost perspective.
Very good.
If there is not enough of any one type of generation, wind for example, or solar, then we may have to build some gas generation, and that's what we'll do. And so in fact, in our Welsh plant, we are going to cease coal operation there in 2028. We've committed to the EPA to do that, to meet regulations. We are going to convert one of those to gas to meet the capacity deficit that we'll have, and then we might have to, the analysis might show that we have to convert the second one to gas if we don't get enough other types of generation in our RFP. SWEPCO has always had a diversified energy mix, and so that means that all of our energy didn't come from the same fuel source. For example, it didn't all come from natural gas, or all from coal, or all from lignite. It's best to have a diversified portfolio of generation, and so that's what we would like to do and are planning to do, is to diversify that mix even further. So what will happen is coal will become a smaller percentage of that portfolio, and wind and solar will have an increased percentage. But we're still going to have, for the foreseeable future, a diversified mix of generation, which would include coal from our very efficient and clean Turk power plant in southwest Arkansas. And also we have the Stall unit in Shreveport, which is a very efficient gas plant, for example. And then we'll have this added wind and solar resources that will complete out the diversification of our portfolio. That's our goals, because it's best not to be tied into just one fuel source, because then price spikes can hit you hard. But because we are diversified in our generation portfolio, then there are some hedges against price spikes in any one type of fuel. So that's our goal, and it's best for customers to have for us to have a diversified energy portfolio. SWEPCO and our sister company PSO just completed the North Central Energy Facilities project, which consists of 3 individual projects, and the last of those 3 is called Traverse, and it came online in March of this year. It's the largest of those 3 projects. It's almost 1,000 megawatts, and SWEPCO has almost 55% of that entire project, which amounts to 809 megawatts. That is very good value for our customers. In fact, the North Central Energy Facilities project in our 809 megawatts is actually reducing customers' bills. We also have a project that we've asked the Commission to approve, and they have approved it. It's in Caddo Parish, north of Shreveport, 72, almost 73 megawatts of solar, which is a very good project. It'll be on I-49. If you travel that road, you'll see that it'll be easy to see once it gets built. North of Shreveport, about 10 or 15 miles or so. We're really proud of that as well, because it'll show the community that we are committed to renewables, and it will bring low cost and clean energy to our customers. Energy that doesn't have a fuel cost, which is significant, and it's a part of our goals to diversify our generation assets. It was, and the analysis that SWEPCO did showed that the option that we analyzed for adding wind and solar was the best value and the least cost option for adding that generation, which our customers ultimately pay for.